Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today I'm reviewing the song Panic by The Smiths. So this comes as a request. As always, if you would like to request something, please just leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it eventually. You may notice a slight change in scenery here. I just feel like I need to spend more time on my feet. When I'm usually teaching and working, I'm walking around the classroom. I'm on my feet all day, whereas now quarantine and it being summer, I don't really get to spend as much time on my feet. So, had to just move my computer over a little bit, and now I'm recording the bookshelf next to my desk. So, it was hard. It's still kind of hard because I'm on the taller side. I don't know if that comes through on my videos, but, almost 6'3". So, luckily I have this bookshelf here just tall enough. Even then, I'm like, it's kind of still hitting me from below. So, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this is Panic by The Smiths. As I've mentioned, I'm trying to get through all of my older requests. So this is an older request, going through in order nowadays. So just, be on the lookout for your song. If you request something, it's probably going to be a while before I get to it. So anyway, here we go. This is Panic, The Smiths. Let's listen.
London, panic on the streets of Birmingham. I wonder to myself, could life ever be sane again? The lead side streets that you slip down. I wonder to myself, hopes may rise and the grass near, but honey pie, you're not safe here, so you run down to the safety of the town. I wonder to myself. Burn down the disco, hang the blessed DJ, because the music that they constantly play nothing to me about my life. And the blessed DJ, because the music they constantly play. On the lead side streets you just slip down, the provincial towns you jog round. Hang the DJ, 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 hang the DJ.
Short, sweet, and to the point. Short, sweet, and to the point. I like it. That one was really catchy. It's actually a shame that it was so short. I really like the instrumentation there. Just very nice groove, very poppy. The guitar work was really good. Like I said, shame that it was so short. But really enjoyed it. Thank you for this request. I'm really excited to kind of break this one down. So let's start with the lyrics. There's actually some information here. It says, this song was written by Morrissey and Johnny Marr and is the first song to be recorded with the new member at the time, Craig Gannon. The song is influenced by the T-Rex song Metal Guru musically, with Marr using similar guitar chords. Okay, I don't know if I've heard that song before, but it did have an air of familiarity to it. The repetition of Hang the DJ and the lyric Burn Down the Disco intrigued listeners, making this song extremely popular throughout, although the song has received negative reviews from critics. One of them, Nick Kent, calls the song a commission for rock terrorism. Interesting. NME placed Panic at number 21 in its list of the 50 greatest indie anthems ever in 2007. Some believe this song is the inspiration for the name of the pop rock band Panic at the Disco. Oh, wow. I had no idea. Again, it says some believe, but it doesn't necessarily state that that's true. But I can see it. I can see that connection here. That's interesting. But it says, however, this is not true. Okay, I can see why people would think that, because the song is called Panic and it talks about burning down the disco, so panic at the disco. That would make a lot of sense, but apparently it's not a real thing. Panic also served as inspiration for a 2017 episode of Black Mirror, which drew its title from the chorus of the song "Hang the DJ." Okay, I knew I'd heard the phrase "Hang the DJ" somewhere. I've seen all of Black Mirror, so that makes sense. Okay, like when he was singing it, I was like, I've seen that or heard that phrase somewhere before. Got it. Okay, so let's break down the lyrics here. Start with verse 1. Panic on the streets of London, panic on the streets of Birmingham. I wonder to myself, could life ever be the same again? The Leeds side street that you slipped down, I wonder to myself. So I wonder what the panic is, because I know Birmingham, as in like Alabama, my thoughts go to race, something having to do with race. Was the same thing happening at the time in London, where there's these sort of protests? Let's see. The song was written around the time of the Chernobyl accident in 1986, which was a result of the flawed reactor design that was operated with inadequately trained personnel. 2 Chernobyl plant workers died in the night of the accident, and a further 28 people died. That doesn't tell me anything about panic in the streets of London or panic in Birmingham. Yeah, no idea. No idea. I wonder why the person who kind of put together this lyrics site decided to throw in that tidbit of information, because I just really don't see the connection there. Hopes may rise on the Grasmere, but honey pie, you're not safe here. So you run down to the safety of the town, but there's panic on the streets of Carlisle, Dublin, Dundee, Humberside. I wonder to myself. Interesting. So basically, I think this first part of the song is basically just saying, like, there's trouble in the world. There's a lot of panic happening. You know, people are worried. But it says, burn down the disco, hang the blessed DJ, because the music that they constantly play, it says nothing to me about my life. I love that. You know, and I've felt like that a lot of times in my life. And I like that. Like, I get why it could be called, like, you know, rock terrorism or whatever. But you know, as someone, as a lyrics guy, there are some types of music that I'm like, this doesn't speak to me at all, because it doesn't speak to my experience. It doesn't speak to what's going on in the world. I think that's what this song is about. Kind of saying, like, there's a lot of stuff happening in the world. There's a lot to be worried about, panicked about, or what have you. But you couldn't tell that by listening to like disco or popular music, because all they want to talk about is having a good time and having fun, which I've maintained on my channel a lot, that there is room to just listen to music that's about having fun and having a great time. That's definitely valid. But I've always also said that if all you ever listen to is music that is hollow or just for fun, then you miss out on a lot of the great aspects of music. And I even argue the vice versa as well. I say that, you know, if all you ever listen to is serious, topical music, then you miss out on the fun that can be had by just listening to other genres of music. So I get where he's coming from here, but at the same time, I see it both ways. It's more of a shade of gray. It's not black and white, if you will. So it says, burn down the disco, hang the blessed DJ, because the music that they constantly play, it says nothing to me about my life. Hang the blessed DJ, because the music they constantly play. And again, I've felt that so many times, you know, and like, I was one of those goddamn kids, like in high school, who always listened to rock and metal, and I loved the messages behind them. And so when people would listen to like pop and certain rap groups and stuff where it was all just partying and having fun, I was like, that's hollow. I'm not interested in that, you know. Again, I've since matured, and I can kind of see both sides of the lyrical and musical side of things. But yeah, I remember back then I was just like, no, you know, this music doesn't speak to me, because it doesn't speak to how I feel as a young person growing up, you know. So yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot I can agree with here in this song. On the Leeds side streets that you slip down, provincial towns you jog round, hang the DJ, hang the DJ, hang the DJ, and he basically just repeats that the rest of the song. So it's pretty neat. I like the song. I think it has a very tight message, a very quick message in such a short song. But I think it really gets its point across. Like, you know, we should be upset, I guess, about this music that is just there to serve pop and disco, there to just serve the listener's ear, to serve having a good time, and is not really saying anything with its lyrics. It's not really making a point. Again, I think as a mature person who can see more parts of music, I think many of you could probably agree that, yeah, there's room for music that is just fun, that is just there to have a good time. But again, if that's all you ever listen to, then you're missing a whole lot of the beautiful side of music, the side that has a message to tell, a story to tell. So yeah, I think you have to have it both ways. You have to have music that sounds good and that's for fun. You have to have music that has a message. And if you listen to both, I think your life and your experience with music is going to be that much more enjoyable. So lyrically, like I said, really tight message in such a short video. I gave it 2 big thumbs up there. I think as far as the instrumentation goes, like I said, this one was very catchy, kind of on the pop side, but I really, really enjoyed it. The guitar work was really nice, and that's kind of what hooked me throughout. I know Johnny Marr, I don't really hear his name very much when it comes to good guitar players or legendary guitar players, but a lot of the riffs and the licks that he puts down with the Smiths have actually been really impressive to me. It is very subtle, but it's like, wow, this guy can play guitar, and he makes just these really catchy, groovy sounding songs. So he does a great job, and I think he's definitely, in my opinion, just from growing up, listening to rock and really appreciating great guitar acts, I think he's a little underrated. I like what I've heard from him so far. So Morrissey sounds great as always. He just has that voice that really works with the type of music they're throwing together. And with the type of lyrics that they write, that's the thing too. Like when you write lyrics, I think you have to have the right vocalist to deliver those lyrics, so they don't come off as cheesy or strange. And I think Morrissey really accomplishes that. He's really good at singing to the lyrics and writing to his voice, if that makes sense. So overall, instrumentally, vocally, I give it 2 big thumbs up as well. Just really enjoyable. Like I said, it was almost a shame that it was so short, because I was really grooving out with it. I really enjoyed the sound of it. And then lastly, of course, the replay value. To me, this is a very strong one. This was a very catchy song, hooked me right away. I love the instrumentation. The lyrics are also very relatable for someone like me. So this is definitely one that gets another listen, and will probably make the playlist. And so I give it 2 thumbs up there as well. Overall, really enjoyed the song. I thought it was very, very quick, like I said, but really got its message across and kind of stuck the groove with such a short amount of time there. So I thought it was great. But yeah. So that's it for me. If you enjoyed the music, of course, go listen to the artist where you can. One place you can definitely find the Smiths is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday. I think we're pretty much we're over 200 songs on that playlist by now. So yeah, there's a lot of music. If you want to support me, just a little normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. That's it for me, guys. Hope you're staying safe and healthy as always, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks, and bye.